Hi everyone, welcome back. Here we are in segment number 3, and this is our material review segment. So let's do something a little different today. Let's start with our review of what you did in your theory book. So if you could take out your theory book, I'll give you a minute to look at it. If you didn't do it yet, try to get it done this week. Remember, I'm going to collect these and I'm going to read everybody's theory book from the beginning all the way till the end of the lessons when we get to the end of this semester. So this was on the grand staff, and here's the picture of the grand staff, the treble and the bass connected by the little brace, and they show you all the notes, the lines and spaces going all the way up. And remember, these are all steps, one note at a time, okay? So you should have found the middle of your piano, and you can see you can go all the way down to the very first note that they give you, and that's the letter name A. And then if you start again at middle C and you go all the way up to the top note, that's the letter name G. That's high G and low A. Okay, see if you can find all those notes next time. So here's the treble and the bass staff. You were supposed to trace the little braces and then draw 3 without tracing here. And then in the beginning of number 4, you were to join the beginning and the end of the 2 staffs by tracing the bar lines and then tracing the brace. And then they asked you to draw all the notes on the grand staff, starting at the lowest space and going all the way up to the treble staff to the top space. So now here's something that you want to make sure you do. If you draw a note around in a circle, make sure that the line is on the top and on the bottom of the face of the note, of the head of the note. If you draw the line note, make sure half the head is above the line and half the head is below the line. So the line is going directly through the center of the note. So you have to want to do that slowly and carefully so that you can make your notes the way these notes look, spaces and lines. And you start down here and go all the way to the top. Okay, so that was your review for your theory. And now let's look at the grand staff review that you did on page 32, 33, and 34. So page 32 is exactly what we just looked at in your theory book. And there's your position of middle C, okay? Now notice they show you the C below middle C, C, D, E, F, G. That's the same set of notes you use for your exercises. And then middle C, C, D, E, F, G for the right hand, and that's your same set of 5 notes for your exercises that you play beginning on middle C. All right, so now let's look at page 33 in your book. So that was your hand position, your left hand 5 on the C below middle C, and your right hand 1 on the C, middle C. So your first line of music, and remember this is all called one line of music, all of that. There's your second line of music, right? So we're learning to speak the language of music. So this one is starting in the bass clef, and we're starting on C. We're coming up, C, D, E, F, G for 4 counts, G, F, E, D, C for 4 counts. This is pretty much like your exercises that you've done. And then the second line of music starts on middle C, C, D, E, F, G for 4 counts, G, F, E, D, C for 4 counts. All right? Now remember, this little blue box gave you some valuable information, and it told you for the rest of this book, all the notes that you were going to play in the bass clef would be played with the left hand, and all the notes for the treble staff would be played with the right hand. That's for this book. That's not for always, though. Sometimes the right hand plays down here and the left hand plays up here. But for the sake of this particular book, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to just go over this with you. So my right hand thumb is beginning on middle C. Does yours sound that way? That's your second line of music. And your left hand 5 is beginning on the C below. That's the first line of music. So remember, we're going to count off 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, D, E, F, G for 4 counts. G, F, E, D. C for 4 counts. Right hand. G for 4 counts. G, F, E, D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Remember, you release the note in the last measure over the bar line, over 1. All right, please turn over to page 34. Now notice on page 34 at the end of the music, do you see what's there? That's right, it's a repeat sign. So we're going to play this music 2 times. Here we go. Ready? Left hand thumb on the G below middle C, which means your 5 is on that C below middle C. And your right hand thumb is on middle C. But notice in the 3rd measure on the 1st line, your 4th finger begins on F. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll count first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start on F. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Repeat second time. G, F, E, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, E, F for 4 beats. G, F, E, D. Right hand. E, D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C, 2, 3, 4, 1. There we go. Well, that was a little trickier than what you've had in the past. So if you feel like you need to review that again this week, then by all means, do it again, okay? All right, so now let's look at what we're going to be seeing in our new lesson today. We're going to see intervals of a second and legato playing. So I'll see you in the next segment, segment 4, the new lesson.